So I have a feeling if you're watching this, you have a very high level of empathy. If you are a trauma survivor, your empathy is what kept you safe when you were young. However, there is a point where that empathy can be harmful because it turns into anxiety. Let me explain what I mean for just a second. When we are young and our needs are not met, we become hyper vigilant and attuned to other people. It's a coping strategy, and it can become maladaptive. Because we were so concerned about getting our needs met and so attuned to others, we never developed a core sound definition of ourselves. And as we grow older, that can turn into anxiety and empathy combined. Of course, we're empathetic towards others. We've had a very hard life. That attunement saved our lives probably. But when we are reactive to every little thing, especially in this very vicious news cycle, it now harms us rather than keeps us safe. So, okay, great. But what can we do about it? Well, the first thing we want to do about it is start to set a schedule with social media engagement. And if you're in a corporate environment that is not serving you, with checking work emails, checking Slack, and even the number of meetings you take a day. So for example, when I was in corporate, I often had to make the decision as to whether I should go pee or get more coffee because I did not have time to do both. I would be on Zoom calls for 4, sometimes 6 hours in a block. But what would have been very helpful would be to schedule 5, 10, or 15 minutes in between those calls and push back on my boundaries just a little bit, saying, hey, I'm sorry, could we start at 10:15 instead of 10? And constantly scrolling your feed, and I know this and I'm not your mom, so I don't mean to harp on it, but you know that that is only feeding your anxiety. There's a part of your brain that is looking to solve the problem, that is looking to find some happy resolution, but remember that these big tech companies keep you online because they're not going to give it to you. Don't feed into this drama. It's just another unhealthy relationship you do not want to be a part of. If you notice yourself in any of these patterns, the constant checking of emails, scrolling of socials, booking meetings back to back to back in order to occupy yourself, I have a free guide that I would love for you to check out. I'm going to link it below in the comments. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask there as well.